We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do.
What? How big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? Nothing was crying.
Welcome to a tale of unimaginable pain and mystery. The story of Alexee Trevizo, a 19-year-old whose ordinary life spiraled into an extraordinary crisis on a chilly January morning in 2023. Imagine the most excruciating pain imaginable. Ladies liken it to the severest menstrual cramps clawing at your insides. Gentlemen, picture the worst gut-wrenching agony you've ever felt. Now, amplify that agony exponentially. On that fateful day, Alexis's pain was not just a symptom, it was the beginning of a perplexing medical enigma that would soon unravel in the most unexpected ways. Strap in as we uncover the layers of this gripping story that defies all expectations. Imagine a day so grueling that the mere act of breathing feels like a Herculean task. For Alexee Trevizo, that day was a relentless marathon of misery. It began just like any other Thursday, but soon morphed into an ordeal of gut-wrenching pain that clung to her like a shadow. From dawn to dusk, Alexis was confined to her bed, each movement sending shocks of sharp pain across her body. She twisted and turned, trying to find a fleeting moment of relief, but it was futile. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the pain escalated to an unbearable crescendo. Alexis, typically stoic, reached her limit. The agony was too much, too overwhelming to bear alone anymore. She called out for her mother Rosa, her voice a mixture of despair and urgency. At first, Rosa, ever the optimist, thought this was just another severe episode that would fade as it had in the past. "This too shall pass," she murmured, hoping her words could soothe her daughter's torment. But as the night crawled on, marked by Alexis's continuous moans and the clock's solemn ticks, Rosa's hope turned to worry. The pain wasn't subsiding, it was intensifying. By the early hours, the situation felt dire, and Rosa's maternal instincts screamed that this was far from normal. With a heavy heart and a mind swirling with fear, she helped Alexis into the car as the first light of dawn crept across the sky. Their drive to the hospital was tense, filled with silent prayers and unspoken fears. Rosa gripped the steering wheel tighter with each groan from Alexis, her mind racing with possibilities, each more frightening than the last. They arrived at the emergency room just as the rest of the world was waking up, oblivious to the storm of panic and pain that had engulfed Alexis and her mother. What they didn't know as they crossed the threshold of the hospital was that the day's trials were far from over. The news they were about to receive would not only challenge their understanding of reality, but also change their lives in ways they never imagined. The hospital's fluorescent lights buzzed overhead as Alexis and Rosa navigated the maze of sterile, white corridors looking for the emergency department. Upon arrival, the medical team sprang into action, their faces etched with concentration and professionalism. Alexis was quickly ushered into a stark examination room where the air was thick with antiseptic smells that did little to ease her discomfort. As Alexis lay on the examination table, clutching her abdomen and wincing with each throb of pain, the doctors exchanged puzzled glances. Her symptoms were baffling. The pain was intense and localized, unlike anything they typically encountered. Determined to get to the bottom of it, they ordered a battery of tests, hoping for answers. Among these was a routine pregnancy test, a standard procedure Alexis dismissed immediately. "There's no way I'm pregnant," she asserted with certainty, her voice tinged with frustration. The wait for the results was agonizing. Time seemed to slow down as Alexis and Rosa held their breath, each minute stretching longer than the last. Finally, the doctor returned with a look of disbelief that did nothing to quell their growing anxiety. "The test came back positive," he announced, his voice steady despite the surprising news. The revelation sent a shockwave through the room. Not only was the pregnancy test positive, but a follow-up test revealed another bombshell: Alexis was not just pregnant, she was due to give birth imminently. The news was a lot to process, and there was no time to come to terms with it. Almost as soon as the doctor had delivered the news, Alexis was overcome by a sudden, overwhelming urge to use the bathroom. It was urgent, insistent, leaving no room for delay. With help, she hurried to the nearest restroom, her mind reeling with confusion and fear. The implications of what was happening were enormous, and there was little time to grasp the full scope of the situation before nature took its course. In the solitude of the hospital bathroom, Alexis grappled with the immediate reality of her unforeseen situation. The space, usually a place of privacy and respite, transformed into the setting of a startling revelation. Moments after Alexis had shut the door behind her, sounds of distress and confusion echoed through the locked door, heightening the tension outside. The hospital staff, trained for emergencies but not quite prepared for this, waited anxiously for any sign from Alexis. Time passed slowly, each minute adding to the unease. When the door finally opened, Alexis emerged, visibly shaken and pale, a stark contrast to the confident young woman who had entered. The room she left behind bore the marks of the unforeseen chaos. Splatters of blood stained the walls and floor, painting a grim and shocking scene. The cleaning crew, upon entering, faced the harrowing task of restoring order. It was then, amidst the routine clearing of debris and sanitizing of surfaces, that one cleaner made a heart-stopping discovery. Hidden beneath layers of discarded trash was a newborn, tragically lifeless. This grim find sent waves of shock throughout the hospital. The staff, already on high alert, now had to contend with a situation that was as mystifying as it was sorrowful. The impact of the discovery reverberated through the corridors, leaving everyone from medical professionals to administrative staff reeling from the implications. After the tumultuous events of that day, a lingering haze of questions descended upon Alexis and her community. How could she have been unaware of her condition? What signs had she missed, or were there none at all? The psychological toll of the sudden discovery weighed heavily on everyone involved, stirring up a maelstrom of emotions, confusion, disbelief, and profound sorrow. Alexis, grappling with the aftermath, found herself thrust into a spotlight she never sought, her once private life now dissected and scrutinized by a curious public. As the shockwaves reverberated through the community, conversations turned to introspection. How could something so heartbreaking occur without warning? Were there missed opportunities for intervention, signs overlooked in the rush of daily life? These questions lingered, demanding answers that were slow to come. But amid the uncertainty and anguish, a glimmer of hope emerged. Alexis's story, while tragic, served as a poignant reminder of the intricate web of human health and the hidden struggles that lie beneath the surface. It prompted soul-searching discussions about the support systems in place, urging individuals to reach out to those silently battling their own demons. In the wake of Alexis's ordeal, we're left with a sobering reminder of the fragility of human health and the resilience of the human spirit. While her journey was fraught with pain and tragedy, it also shed light on the importance of compassion and understanding in the face of adversity. As we navigate our own paths, let us remember to extend a hand to those in need, to listen without judgment, and to offer support in times of darkness. For it's in these moments of shared humanity that we find strength, solidarity, and the promise of brighter days ahead.
And how long have you all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So I'm not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay.
Yes.
It's,
No, we get it. We get
sometimes it happens. So with everything that comes with that, gets a little shaky when it's newborn, stuff like that. But with like death certificates, stuff like that, Turping and Sons, if you choose to use them, we'll be the ones to help you get those. Other than that, because that's all really you'd need, and they can help you with the afterlife care, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any questions for me right now? Okay. You have my number. You can. That is my work phone. If you want to text me
Okay.
or call me, I have my email on there as well. Okay. Sergeant and I got your information right.
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you my card too, so you can give me a call. All right. Just because I want to make sure everyone stays updated. Okay.
Thank you.
Like I said, I don't know. There will be charges that will be up to the district attorney's office, if any are even done. Okay.
Okay.
It's too early in the game to know right now.
Okay.
So we're just gonna do the initial investigation. I was on the phone with our dispatch, so all mine will be here in 45 minutes. It's one of their field agents,
Okay.
and they're the ones. So in the state of Mexico, we're not allowed to touch anybody that's passed.
Okay.
They're called a decedent. They're the only ones allowed to actually handle somebody. So we wait for them to even do anything. So hospitals allowed to do it because they do care, life-saving efforts. Whenever life-saving efforts cease, no one's allowed to touch them. So we have to wait for them to show up
Okay.
before we even start that side of stuff, okay?
Okay.
So she's getting life flighted out. We'll talk to her later.
Okay.
That's if she even wants to talk to us, if she chooses to, because she still has her constitutional rights.
Should I get a lawyer for her? Should I?
You can, that's your choice. I can't tell you what to do. That's something that y'all as a family have to talk about, okay?
Well, Mom, we would talk to her over in Roswell.
Yes.
But I know right here they won't let her.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us.
Yeah.
She should be gone by now.
Okay.
So that's with the helicopters coming in, they want nobody near it so that way you can't
Yeah.
mess with anything. Because if any of their vitals go off, they'll stop it.
Yeah.
Which could be an issue for if they need care immediately. So that's why whenever someone gets life flighted, they just cut off every contact with the family.
Okay.
Because they're making sure she's getting set up to get transported out.
Okay.
So that's why they tell you leave.
Yeah.
It seems
Okay.
very harsh, but it's because with the flight nurse, the flight doctor, they have to make sure everything stays constant.
Okay.
So she should be gone by now because she was already getting prepped whenever I came out to y'all.
Okay.
So with that, like I said, she'll be leaving. We'll stay here with the decedent and go from there, okay?
Okay.
So once she gets to Loveless, it's up to Loveless if they'll let you back there.
Okay.
All right, because she is of age, so with COVID and how everything goes, it just depends, okay?
Okay.
So before you make the drive, I'd call, see if that's available,
Okay.
and just let them know what's going on, and we'll just let your family and that if it's possible.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
We'll be here if you need anything. Yeah, well, I'll be over there, and I'll
Okay.
just be waiting, all right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, folks.